Thank you for joining me today. This is Whitney with the Yoga Art Space Studio, and today's practice is called Yoga for Spiritual Discipline. We'll allow our bodies to be challenged with some of these poses so that we can really begin to feel what discipline feels like. And so that as we talk about spiritual discipline, we feel something similar. And so some of them will be challenges. We begin with fierce pose, standing up tall, set the hips back, arms swing up right next to the ears, and hold this for at least 5 good breaths in and out. A hard pose, we challenge ourselves trying to sit back as far as we can, learning what this discipline feels like, what it's like to hold a pose even when the going gets rough, even when it's hard. Maybe a few more breaths, and then when you're ready, forward fold, the legs long, rest the head down. Feel the discipline of the release now, balancing the body. Step back to plank and hold in plank pose. Trying to aim for at least 5 breaths. If you can make it to more like 10 breaths, take it. That's where our discipline comes in. Can I only do 5? Is that really what's possible? Or can I challenge myself more? It's just my body wants to back down. It's an important distinction. Now when we lower all the way down onto the belly, grab onto both feet so that we can take bow pose. When you have that grip, begin to lift up high as your body is possible of, and hold here. Lots of height, lots of work, breath still going in and out. Every breath lifts you up a little bit. Up, up, up. And when you release, press yourself back up into a downward facing dog. The spine getting a little break, still a bit of a challenge. Right leg floats up to the sky and then steps forward in between hands. Arms rise up to the sky, warrior 1. Lean forward to challenge our warrior 1. Hands clasped together, leaning about the same angle as our leg behind. And feel the body have to work a bit higher. Now raise the arms back up, open to warrior 2. Do 5 arm circles to each direction. Remember to reverse after the first 5. Good, and then turn the hips forward over the front leg. Take warrior 3, just balancing. Holding here a couple of breaths, feeling this flow, feeling the energy of the body heating. Forward fold, step back, take a flow. Chaturanga, back bend, down dog. A good breath or 2 here. And then the left leg up, plant the foot behind, rising up warrior 1, the back heel plants, clasp the hand, lean forward. Taking an angle where you still have control. You're not collapsing the torso, but it's a little bit of work. Raising back up, open to warrior 2, 5 arm circles to each direction. Reverse for the last 5. Shorten the stance, taking a brief warrior 1, and then tilt forward onto warrior 3. Maybe airplane arms, maybe arms by the ears. Good. Ready, and drop the hands down. Step back to plank. Take another flow. Chaturanga, down dog, after the back bend. Dropping down to knees. If headstand is in your practice, drop the head down, lift the hips up high, and begin to rise to your headstand. If headstand is not in your practice, don't force your way into it. Practice, perhaps, dolphin pose, where the elbows stay down, but this time head is lifted. Just practicing that strength of the shoulders. Holding here, lifting high, a few good breaths. Then eventually drop down, take a brief rest in child pose, hips relax back, breathe. And now as we rise, we take hero's pose. For some people it's easy, other people this is a challenge in itself. You can always drop the hands forward if you need to. But as we're here, feel the spine stack tall. Feel the breath flow in and out. Finding how even the stillness can be its own type of discipline. Feel the challenge in the body. Staying here is fine today, or take a moment to take a forward fold, just a couple of breaths to stretch the legs out nicely. Being kind to our body. It's important to have that extra balance. Eventually, find ourselves slowly lowering down onto the back, one vertebrae at a time, and ultimately finding a comfortable released position. Feeling how our body has changed by that time, by that discipline, by this practice. So here we let ourselves breathe in and out, enjoying this chance we have to be alive and to breathe. Stay here as long as you have time. I thank you for joining me today. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.